strap in hand. You're gonna turn out. Feet are gonna be just outside of the shoulders. Palms are gonna face the ground and squat down and open the arms and then stand back up. Squat down, stand up. Good. Squat down and up. Squat down and up. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on this one, you're gonna pause down, arms are gonna be open. And just take a look at your ankles. Make sure you're not rolling in, caving in those feet. You wanna get some weight into the outside of your heel, so you're drawing up. Arms are staying open. You're pushing out, trying to touch the side of the wall. Draw your shoulder blades down. And Marie, if it ever gets too heavy with those weights, you just bring the hands down a little bit. Now everyone bring your arms forward. Okay, we're gonna take the left arm, lift the left arm up, and then you're gonna pull the left arm to the outside of the left knee, and then it comes and then it goes straight up. And it's going up and then pulling back. And you wanna keep that right arm straight out and still. Up and back. Good, and really mobilize that scapula on the left side. So when the arm comes up, the shoulder blade draws down. And when the arm pulls back, the shoulder blade comes in. Let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Bring both arms down and hold. Now we're gonna lower and lift both heels. Lift the heels, lower the heels. And as you lift up, feel how you're lifting up in between all 5 metatarsals on each side. All 5 metatarsals have equal weight. For 3, for 2, drop the heels down. Now right arm lifts up and then it pulls back. And you wanna keep that left arm straight out in front of you and still. Good, comes up, pulls back. Comes up, pulls back. 5 more. 5, 4. Oh, and those legs should start to be feeling a little bit of activation. 2, last 1. And then you're gonna let the arms come down in front of you. You're still in your squat. At any point, if you need to rest out of that squat, come out of it. But now we're gonna just start tapping the balls of the feet. Just tap, tap, tap. Deborah, see if you can widen your stance just a little bit more. Good. And we're just tapping it. Now make sure that you're not moving your body. You wanna just have the ankles be moving. For 5, 4, 3, 2, staying low in the squat. Turn the toes to face forward. Stay low in the squat. Walk the feet back in. So now they're narrow. You're sticking your tailbone out. Knees are over the ankles. And bring your hands to the insides of the knees. And you're gonna activate those inner thighs. So you wanna push the knees in towards the hands, and then the hands are pushing out. So you're getting your shoulders working as well. Check out your ankles. Make sure they're still stacked on top. And we're gonna do these pulses going up, up, up. So you're at the end range and we're going up to the mid range. Up, up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Just a good morning for the legs right off the bat. 2, 1, and stand up tall. Let that standing continue to happen as you lift and lower the heels. Lift the heels, lower the heels. Now lift your toes off the ground as well, so that you are not balancing on your toes. You're rising up onto the metatarsals. You just go straight up, then down, up, and up. For 5 more. 5, 4, 3. Go ahead and get your band ready in your hands. 2, 1. Now you're gonna lift the heels up and hold. That band's gonna come straight back out in front of you. Your heels are lifted. Hold. Now start to squat down, trying to keep those heels lifted. We're gonna do 5 here. As you squat down, you open the arms. Then as you stand back up, you bring the arms together. Heels are lifted, squat down, open arms. Close arms, stand back up. Now, when you squat down, make sure the knees aren't opening. You want the knees to go straight out in front, then stand back up. Good, Marie. Marie, bring the feet a little closer together. Yep, squat down, knees go straight out in front, stand back up, drop the heels down. Shake it all out. Okay, Both feet are gonna come into the strap. And you're gonna widen those feet. And they're gonna go wide. So you want there to be weight in the strap. It's gonna be too short, I think, Marie, to use that strap. So it's just trying to get those legs separated wide, get the outside of your glutes firing, okay? Bend your elbows so your knuckles are going towards the ceiling. With this outward pressure, you should be starting to feel the outside of your glutes. You're gonna squat down, straighten those arms as straight as feels comfortable for your body. Bend down, straighten up. Good. Squat down, stand up. And now you want your palms facing forward. You want to make sure if this hurts at all, you don't do it. Good. For 5, 4, 3. Good. 2. Last 1. And then you're going to bend those arms down, straighten down, bring the legs together, bring the feet out of the straps. Now you're just going to round those shoulders forward and back. Okay, we are going to do a little bit of balance work without any weights or anything. So what you're going to do, we're going to be crossing your midline. You're going to bring your left hand up and your left leg up. So trying to incorporate, we've just kind of warmed up everything. You want that all still active. You're going to just start by hinging forward, kick back and reach the arm forward. Then bring that left arm in, bring yourself back up. You hinge forward, reach forward, kick back. Good. Come back up. Hinge forward, reach forward, kick back. Come back up. Now feel how your ankle on that right side is working to keep you stable. Let that work with your hip. Don't make it just about the ankle. Engage your hip as well. Reach forward, kick back. Come back up. Good. And then place that foot down. Shake it out. We're going to do another exercise with that, but now you have the motion. And if you're hinging forward, you can always bring your foot down if it's too much imbalance. But now, instead of just reaching forward, you're going to reach down and across. Touch the ground, come back up. So you reach down and across. Come back up. Hinge forward, reach down and across, tap the ground, rotate to come back up. The only thing rotating is your torso. You want to keep your hips square to the ground. Good, everybody. Hinge forward, kick back, tap the ground, come back up. This is going to be the last one. Hinge, shoot, forward, touch the ground, come back up, place that foot down. And with both feet on the ground, lower and lift the heels again. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift. So that's, again, incorporating everything in the body needs to be working for balance on that. Okay, stand up tall. Okay, now bringing that right leg to tabletop. We're gonna warm it up first. So it's just hinge forward, reach forward, straight in line with your body. Come back up. Hinge forward, reach forward. Come back up. We're not gonna reach down yet. Okay, now on this one, let's just go straight into it. Hinge forward, reach down and across, tap the ground, come back up. Reach forward, reach down and across. Come back up. Good, Kathy. Reach forward, tap. Come back up. Last one. Hinge forward, kick. Reach down. Good, Deborah. Keep that back lifted. And everybody, place that foot down. Shake it all out. Nicely done. We're going to grab your strap again. Moving quick a little bit this morning. Getting some heart rate up, but just remember to take your time. If anything is just going too fast for you, please just take a break and then join back in. Standing with both feet in the strap. Now you're going to bring those feet together. Yeah, and then if you want to if the strap's getting to be too much, You can do these movements against gravity and it's still working your muscles. So now hinge forward, stick the tailbone out and bend the knees slightly. You wanna have your knees still over the ankles. Good, Fabiana, bring your feet close together. Patricia, bring your feet closer together. Yeah, you want these legs squeezing together so that you can activate those inner thighs. And now pull back and bring the arms forward. Pull back, good. Pull back, good. Now, take a look at the screen when you want, but then turn your head forward. Just check to make sure you're doing the exercise correctly, and then you want to get your neck back into alignment so that you're not straining your neck. We're going to do 3 more. 3, Emily, bring your chest up more. Yep, and Brandy, bring your knees together. Good, and then walk your feet closer together too, Brandy. Good, now pause everybody with your arms behind you. Now from here, you have your tailbone sticking out behind you. Your arms are pulled back. You're going to straighten the legs, and that brings you upright. And then you bend your knees back down. So we're doing these little squats, but now we have the resistance of the band. This is a big movement for the SI joint to stabilize your pelvis. So if this is getting to be painful in your back, you bring your arms down. But we want to get that back extension to work to stabilize you so that you can just bend and straighten the knees. Yes. And remember, when you're bending those knees down, those sits bones go down and back. 2 more. 1. Good. 2. And stand up tall. Bring the hands down, and you're just gonna let go of your strap, or if you have your weights, place your weights on the ground. You're gonna inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, look down the nose, round the spine forward, and let's just reach down towards the ground. Just take a big inhale here, and then exhale. Inhale, breathing into the back lobes of the ribs, letting your hips expand and your chest expand. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna start to place your hands on the ground as you bend your knees, and then come to an all fours position. Good, now if you need to adjust in the camera or anything, now would be a good time. We're just gonna do a couple cat-cows, or grab water is always a good thing to do as well. You're just gonna round the spine, then extend. Round your spine up, and then extend. Let's do 3 more. You round up, then you extend. Round up, then extend. Okay, now everyone tuck your toes. We're gonna be doing these pike push-ups. So just from this position, draw your shoulder blades down, and you wanna think of your shoulder blades as speed bumps across your back. Don't let there be any speed bumps by pressing your chest away from the ground, bringing your shoulder blades down and underneath your armpits. And then from here, you're gonna tuck your toes, float your knees to hover just off the mat. Then push your legs halfway up and bring your chest to rest back towards your thighs. Good, Kathy, bend your knees a little bit more. Patricia, bring your feet in closer to your hands a little bit and bend the knees. Now from here, everybody, you bend your elbows, then press your arms straight. Elbows go wide, your shoulders go down towards your wrists. Then you push those shoulders behind the wrists. Bend, press back. Bend forward, press back. Good. For 3, good, Emily. You all got it. 2, last 1. And then let's lower the knees down. And straight away, just lower down to your forearms. Pull those shoulder blades down. Good, now from here, you're gonna take your left leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. The knee is still bent. You have these 2 90-degree angles. One in your hip that's, with your knee that's on the ground, and then the one with the foot in the air. And let's put a footprint on the ceiling 10 times. With that left leg, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now straighten that leg back behind you. And you want to reach out like you're trying to touch the back wall away from you. And you're holding here. Now, your hands are on the ground. You want your palms on the ground. You're just gonna straighten your hands, bringing yourself upright. Sorry, straighten your arms, and then bend your knees, coming back down. Now your hips are staying engaged. You're flexing at the hips, hinging, and then straightening back up. Now you can keep most of the weight in the knee so that this movement is more about balance instead of about pressure in the shoulders. Good, so we're just going down and then up. Everything is staying straight from the pelvis down. Last one. And then you're gonna pause with those arms straight. Tuck the toes of that floating leg and place it on the ground. Draw your shoulder blades down and reach that opposite leg. That right leg's back now and you're in a plank. Now at any point, if this plank gets to be too much, you can come down to your knees or come down to your forearms, but we're holding here. Now, everybody find that pressure from underneath the armpits that we did in those pikes to pull those shoulder blades down. Good. Now, if I could just stop talking to give you the next direction, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring one knee in, then the other knee, and then you're gonna press yourself back into a child's pose. Let the neck relax. You can even bring your hands down towards your hips. We're gonna take a big inhale to build your spine upright. Now, grab your strap. Okay, or your weights. You can do this with either. This is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna just apologize now if the strap flies up and kind of hits you in the back of the leg. What you wanna do is get this strap. You're gonna have your toes tucked, like you're doing a plank, and you wanna get the strap kind of underneath the toes, so that when you're up, you're pulling, the strap is pulling up from underneath your toes. You don't want it near your arch or your heels. It will roll up and hit you in your thigh. Okay. So it's kind of near your toes. And then Brandy, bring your palms to face forward and down. Straighten your arms down towards the ground. Yeah. And that way, once you've all got it, we're just gonna reach those arms forward and lower back down. Good. Reach those arms forward. Lower back down. Now continue doing this as I'm talking. You want to feel as if when you're pushing forward, that same feeling that you had from your plank, you're pushing and lifting from underneath the armpit. Lift. And then you shouldn't have much of the weight in your toes. It's holding the strap. Try to have all the weight in your knees. 2 more. 1. And 2. Lift the arms up and hold. Okay, now from here, open the arms out to the side. Emily, try it without a strap if it's too much. And close. Open the arms and close. Open, good. And close. 3 more. 3, 2. Good, everybody. Last one. And then you're gonna bring those arms forward. Draw the shoulder blades down. Deborah, lower your arms a little bit. Kathy, bring the shoulders into the socket. Don't reach so far out. Good. Now from here, everybody, let's paint 5 circles each direction. 5, slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 the other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows in. Lower the arms down. Let the straps go. Round the shoulders forward and back. So we're up in this high kneeling position. And all that you're gonna do is you're gonna take your right leg. You're gonna straighten it out to the side. Good. And then you wanna think like you're like a teeter-totter. Bring your arms out and you're going to just start to side bend, bringing that left hand down towards the ground. And now from here, you can also make a fist. It brings you upright more and takes a little bit of a load out of your wrist. From here, you bring that top hand down. You're reaching away from the hip. Let's lift and lower this top leg. Now at any point, If this starts to get to be too much, you can just lie flat on your side and do everything we're doing. So everyone still do what we're doing here, but if it gets to be too much, you just come down and you do this. But try to stay up. This gets to be too much in anybody's hip. Just pay attention to that bottom hip. Now lift the leg up and hold. Try to touch that wall. Take your top hand, reach, 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 reach. And so we're getting a stretch as we're working our pelvis. And now bring that arm straight up towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades down, kick forward and back. Let your shoulder blades be active in stabilizing your torso here. Good. We kick forward and back. You kick forward and back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you place that foot down. And then push yourself back up. Bend your knee in. Round the shoulders forward and back. Great job. Bring your arms out to the side. We're going to paint small, quick circles. Just paint these circles. Now you want to keep them small as you can. Good, good. You want to have equal weight and start to go a little bit faster. And then they're going to slowly start to get bigger and bigger. Good, getting bigger. And then let's change direction of those circles. Now, this is just to get everything engaged in, in your shoulder to stabilize you. And then get the circles bigger for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower them down. Good, you should feel everything. It's a ball and socket. The full joint is working. Send your left leg out to the side. Arms come out to make a T. Side bend. Bring that foot up. Hold. We can lift and lower the leg. Remember to listen to your body. If you need to come down to your side, please do. But you want to feel like you're in between 2 panes of glass. And you have to stay in this straight line. You can't come forward, you can't go back. Good, good. Now as you do this, also lift your ribs. Don't let your ribs drop as you lift your leg for 2. And then let's lift that leg up. Push out of that leg. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Good. Then bring that arm towards the ceiling, still reaching. Kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. Good. Kick forward and back. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Place the foot down. We're not coming up. You're going to bring that top arm. So if you're on the ground, go ahead and come up to a side plank. If you are on the ground, come up to a side plank. Everybody else, you bring that top arm, and then you're going to rotate. If you're in your side plank, rotate over and straighten out into a full plank. And everybody else, hands are on the ground, you're in a full plank. If you need to drop to your knees or drop to your elbows, please do. Push your collarbones in between your shoulders and hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to lower one leg down, then the other leg, and sit back on towards those heels. Round those shoulders forward and back. Okay, grab your strap. We're going to wrap your feet. You're going to have your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to use this arm work as a cool down. So focusing on your core and focusing on your shoulders. Well, not quite a cool down, but sitting up tall, bend your elbows into your side. Marie, you're going to keep this extra small because you don't have the support. So everybody, you want to have as much support from your strap as possible. So you really want to grab and you want it to be heavy. So grab close to your feet and then pull that strap in. And then from here, you're just going to roll back. And you should feel some resistance from the strap when you roll back. And then the strap will assist you to roll back up. Use your core, tilt that pivot bone, push into the strap. And then come back up. roll back, and come up. 2 more. Roll back and up. Now on this last one, you're gonna roll back and hold. Good, Marie. Everyone, tilt your pubic bone more. Let that low back come into deep flexion. Patricia, come up a little bit. So you're sitting up tall and barely hinge back. We're gonna hold this for a while. Everyone, reach your arms forward. You still have that heavy strap. Let the strap slowly roll, push straight through the hand so that it's gonna get a little bit lighter. You want slack now in your strap. As you bend your left arm in and rotate to the left, then rotate back to center. Left arm only. Bend in and rotate. Bend in and rotate. Good. Bend in and rotate. Left arm only. Good. Last 2. This is 1. And bend in and rotate and hold. Hold. Now we're going to take your right foot. You're going to just bring it out of that strap and you're going to straighten it and float it up above. And you reach, 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 reach. So you have this rotation and that right leg is lifted. Good. We're going to lower and lift the right leg. And the more you can push out of that leg, try really pushing out for 3. Let it act as a counterbalance for your core. 1, place that foot back into the strap, rotate back to center, straighten the arm, roll all the way up. And then you're just gonna reach towards those toes, getting a stretch for the hamstrings and stretch for the low back. And you can always do a nice big Italian sigh, trying to work that vagus nerve. And then you're gonna stack back up tall. Inhale here, have plenty of slack in the strap. You're gonna roll back and hold. Now you're gonna take that right arm, bend the right arm in and rotate. Rotate back to center, good. Bend the right arm in and rotate. Bring it back to center. And it's like you're holding 2 glasses of water. Don't let the water tip by bringing your shoulder closer to the ground. It's just rotation. Good, Fabiana. Fabiana, engage your shoulder blades, pinch them gently towards each other. 2. And now on this one, everybody, you're gonna bring that right arm in, rotate and hold. Now, check in with the shoulders, everybody. Shrug them up in towards your ears. It does not feel comfortable. Pull them back down. Good. And now pull your ears in line with your shoulders. Now let's lift the left leg and lower it back down. Lift the left leg. Now, the more engagement you can have in that core and the shoulders, the higher you can lift that leg. So it's acting as a counterbalance. 2 more. 1, 2, and place the foot back into the strap. Rotate forward, straighten the arm. Do not come up. Roll all the way down. Down, 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 down. Good. Your feet are still strapped. Marie, you can do this part with weights in your hands if you'd like. So everyone, you're lying flat. Your feet, the strap should be around your arches. Bend your knees, keeping your heels on the ground. Keep your feet, toes towards the ceiling. So that when you lift your hips up, the strap still is underneath your feet. And then you're gonna place your feet down on the ground. The strap needs to be underneath your heel. You're gonna bend your elbows, then straighten them up towards the ceiling. So you're in a bridge, and then you're gonna lower the knee, sorry, not lower the knees, lower the elbows and straighten the elbows. So you're kind of punching up towards the ceiling as your hips are up in a bridge. Straighten the arms, lower the arms. Straighten those arms, lower the arms. Good. And you want to get that core engaged, trying to pull your spine back down. But your back extensors and your glutes are firing against that to keep them up. So you're creating this push-pull in your spine to create support. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, pause with those arms straight up. Good, and you're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, lower the arms down, and just let go of that strap. Good, and you're gonna do a pelvic tilt, flattening out your low back. Good, let's bring your right leg to tabletop. Good, that right leg's in tabletop, your low back is flat, bring your left leg to tabletop. Now, at any point, this gets to be too much in anybody's core or back, you send those legs closer to the ceiling, but you want to try to keep that 90-degree angle. Now from here, hands come behind the head, support the neck, curl up. Push the head back into the hands. Extend, try to pull up from underneath that occiput, that ridge on the back of your head. Try to hook your hands underneath and pull the spine back behind you gently. So you're creating length in that cervical spine. You're going to straighten the left leg forward and then switch, straighten the right leg forward and switch and switch. Good. Switch, 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 switch. Good. For 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Good. 1, 1. Bring both legs in. Lower your head and shoulders. Bring your hands down by your pelvis. Lift your hips up and place your hands underneath your pelvis. Just the very bottom, kind of underneath your sits bones. Then straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. You've created an extra supported back. Then lower the legs down only as low as you can keep your back flat and your core engaged, your ribs away from the ceiling. You lower down, you lift the legs up. You lower down only as low as works for your body, and then lift back up. Good. Lower down, pushing out of those feet. Get those legs as straight as you possibly can. Lower down, lift up. Last one, you're gonna lower down as low as you can and hold. You wanna challenge yourself, curl your head and shoulders up. Otherwise, keep your head and shoulders down. Turn out, and then start egg beaters, crossing your ankles, small, quick, egg beaters, quick, quick. Now, you want to push out of the feet so that the whole leg is engaged. So that you're making this very nice line and you're switching, switching, switching for 5, 4, 3, good, 2, and bend those knees in towards your chest. Bring your hands out from underneath your pelvis and hug your knees in towards your chest. Bye, Kathy. And you're just gonna go side to side, side to side, getting a stretch for that low back. Good. And then place the feet down. Bye, Emily. And then you're just gonna roll to one side so that you can then roll onto your stomach. So a quicker way to say that would be roll onto your stomach. And then you're just gonna place your hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on your hands. And then we're not going to be doing anything with the lower portion of your body. So just, you want to keep everything on from your ribs down to your toes. They're active, not in the sense of lifting up towards the ceiling. They're active by pushing away from you. So you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your legs, really reaching out of it. Don't lift up towards the ceiling. Now pull your shoulder blades down, and then you're just going to push into your elbows gently and lift your head and chest up. So we're doing extension. And then you're gonna lower back down. Very supported extension. Lift up and lower down. 2 more. Lift. So this is kind of a stretch for all of your core muscles. Lower back down, but it's also strengthening all of your deep spinal muscles. Going up against gravity, they have to work very hard. Now on this one, you're gonna lift up and hold. Now you're gonna separate the arms. So you're making like these goalposts. And you wanna keep your belly button kind of drawing off the mat. And you're gonna push into the pinky side of your hand a little bit harder as you start to lift your head and chest up. You can press into those hands to come up. Now, Deborah, draw your shoulder blades down. Yes, good, Marie. Now, Andrea, push your heart forward so that you're looking up more with your heart. Bring your hands closer in towards you, Andrea. For 3. Yep, 2, and then you're gonna slowly lower down. First by bending the elbows. Once your elbows touch, it's then lowering your body down so that the bottom of your ribs touch first, then your sternum, then your collarbone, and then you're lying flat. Now everybody just bring your elbows a little bit closer to your side and bring your hands in a little bit closer to your ears. We're making it a little bit more narrow. Now lift the head, lift the chest as high up first without using your hands. And once you hit that maximum range, pull your belly button up, push your pubic bone into the mat, and start to lift. Up. Good. Good, Patricia. Fabiana, pull those shoulder blades down. Good, Brandy. And then lower back down, belly button, bottom of the ribs. Then your sternum. Tuck your toes. Bring yourself up to an all fours position and then push back into a child's pose. Good. Okay. Bringing yourself upright. You're going to come to this high kneeling position. Okay, you're in this high kneeling position. Let's bring your left foot forward. So you get a great view of your ankle. And then just put as much weight into this left leg as you possibly can. You can even lean into it. Okay, now check to see, is one side of your foot falling down towards the ground? If it is, you want to pull up on the opposite side. And you want to make sure your knee is directly in line with your hip. You all look like you have good alignment here. As much weight into this front leg as you possibly can. Start tapping the ball of the foot. So all the weight is in the heel. Good. And you're just tapping as quick as you can and make sure you're lifting the foot straight up. Now, when you start to feel your shins, give me a thumbs up. Oh, no one's feeling their shins yet. I am. Oh, I see you, Marie. I see you, Andrea. Okay, now go as fast as you can. Now, if you don't feel your shins yet, you got to lean more weight into that leg. And tap as fast as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, place the ball of the foot down. Still keep all the weight in that front foot. Place it into the ball of the foot now and lower and lift your heel. You're lifting and lowering the heel like you're doing a calf raise. But now you're not going to let that heel touch the ground. It's like you're pushing into a racquetball. So you're pushing halfway down and then springing back up. This is going to turn on your glute and your calf. And you're pushing into the ball of the foot, push down that heel without touching the ground. Down, 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 down. So we're trying to engage from the ankle to the hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the heel down. Now, everybody, just bring your chest upright. Really feel that engagement from the heel all the way up into the hip. We're going to stand straight up. Squeeze the glutes, stand straight up. Find your balance, good. And now from here, bend your front knee forward. We're gonna bend if this works for your knees only, bend your back knee halfway down. Otherwise, stay in this forward lunge. If it's too much in your knees, your back leg stays straight, your front leg stays bent. Hold, bend your elbows. Whichever knee is in front, you're gonna bring the opposite shoulder towards that knee as you rotate. Just the opposite shoulder towards that front knee. Good. And rotate. Now you want to keep your pelvis still and get that rotation of the obliques. Pull in. And it's going to affect your balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate back to center. If your back leg is bent, straighten it and hinge forward. Everybody, bring your hands onto your front knee. You're hinged forward. And what you're going to do is just bend your back knee towards the ground. And as you do, your chest becomes upright. It's a very safe and controlled way to lower down. Bring both knees down. Bet you thought I forgot. What you're going to do is you're going to come down to your hands, then come down to your forearms. You're going to take your right leg now. You're going to put a footprint on the ceiling with your right foot. And you're going to push up, trying to touch the ceiling with that right foot. Push up, 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 up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that lift of that right leg. You're on your forearms. Keep the weight in your knee so that you can straighten your arms up and then lower back down. The only thing that's moving is your torso. Your pelvis stays completely still as you just bend and straighten the elbows. Yes, bend. There should be no weight, really. There's very little weight in the hands. So this shouldn't feel like a push-up. You should just feel the underarms engage as you pull down and then back up. Two more. 1 and 2. Drop down to your forearms. Bring your knees together. Bring yourself upright. Shake it all out. We're going to bring the opposite foot forward. Whichever leg you worked, leave it back. And then lean into this front foot. And let's start tapping the ankle. And you're going to put all the weight into the heel. And you're just tapping. Good. Good. Tapping. Now give me a thumbs up when you feel those shins. Good. Now tap as fast as you can. Tap as fast as you can. If you don't feel those shins, put more weight into your heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now place all the weight into the ball of foot. See if you can lift your toes up. Let's lower and lift the heel. Check to make sure that your ankle is staying in alignment. This is about creating ankle stability. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower for 5, 4. Now, sorry, I forgot to tell you, remember, you're not lowering that heel all the way down. You should be pushing into a racquetball or a tennis ball. So you're just working that end range to mid range for 3, 2, 1, and then lower the heel all the way down. Squeeze your glutes, bring yourself upright. Tuck the toes of that back foot. Get both sides engaged to squeeze to stand straight up. Fantastic, everybody. Check to make sure your front knee isn't rotating in. You want it straight out in front of you. Good. Brandy, push that right sit bone towards the ground. Now, if you can, bend your back knee halfway down. If that is too much, you're just going to hinge forward and do these rotations. Now, rotate the opposite shoulder towards your front knee. Good. Remember, if your back knee cannot take this bend, you keep yourself upright and that leg stays straight. You still get the work in the obliques for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, 1, and rotate back to center. We're going to slowly lower all the way down. Bring both knees together. Hands are going to come down to the ground. Tuck your toes. You're going to round your spine up into a cat. Really, and then extend. Push your heart through your shoulders. Round up. And then extend. You have those toes tucked. What you're going to do is you're just going to pike those hips up and put the feet back. Put the weight back towards your heels. And then you're going to walk your hands towards your feet or your feet towards your hands. Then keeping your head down, slowly build your spine up. Good. Round the shoulders forward and back. And we are